Good morning, good evening, good night, whatever time at your area or location. Welcome to our boy 86 YouTube channel, and all my Facebook friends. You have been so loving, so caring, so wonderful, so gorgeous. Much love I've gotten from everyone who have come across my videos, and I'm so grateful that you are encouraging me each and every day to do more and more of what I know what to do. You know, everybody has some area where you perform well, or you deliver well, and I think this is one of my natural gifts, and that's why I was blessed to do it. And as I promised you that I'm going to come up with another video about, you know, we talk about, in the other video we talked about the usage of soaked rice, or the usage of rice, the water you get after you rinse rice or you soak rice. And I promised you that I'm going to come up with another video about different kind of rice, which rice you can soak and which rice you cannot soak. And here I am. So we know typically, and as it is in nature, rice is consumed, is like the main menu in the global long and large Asia. And rice is used also in most parts of Africa. In West nations, rice it's not their fast food. Although they consume rice, they don't take rice as the way Asians is like their daily meal. So the moment I met this lady who was selling, who had a bucket or a flower shop, and she was the one who introduced me to some of these using. It was an idea that for me, because I think she realized that I love flowers. That's why she told me that if you want to give fertilizers to your flowers, be using soaked rice. And you can use even, because even the short grains, they have this starch in them. What you do is, like, when you soak the rice which you cannot soak, you know that you can just throw that rice. So it is not a big issue that you don't have the long grain rice. You can use the short grain rice, and that shape one of the category or the major categories of rice. We have a long grain rice and we have short grain rice. Then this rice, and we know that in category of long grain rice, we have the jasmine and we have the basmati. And in the category of the short grain rice, we have, even I think the wild rice, which is black and brown. I know some of you are hearing this at the first time, that there is black, and I mean black and brown rice, and there is red rice. But red rice is in the category of short grain, if I'm not wrong. Then we have white rice. Then we have the Japanese rice. It was a way which we call it, this we call, they categories of risotto. I know some of us have never heard of risotto. It's an Italians. Italians also, they in that category of they are good in, because risotto is originally from Japan, and when I read the history of it, it was a way of preserving fish. You know, even the main ingredient. Now today people have come with different type of sushi, but we know the original sushi, it had only lacks fish. But that is not where we were. We were in the category of rice, and we said we have long grain rice, short grain rice, and we said long grain rice, they are the basmati and the yasmin, and it's brown because of the onion. The onion, they're the ones that give that brownish color. And we know that Kenya pilau is cooked. Like most of the Africans pilaus are cooked together. The rice is not cooked plain. It's cooked together with spices. Spices are added, and ingredients, it can, like meat, like the Kenya meat, the Kenya pilau it have onion, meat, and then you add rice, and then you make salad. But the origin of the pilau, which I believe is in India, pilau is not made, does not, is a plain rice, and they normally use the jasmine rice. That is what they cook. But what they cook pilau with. But myself, when I cook African pilau, there is a rice which is grown in Kenya, which have it originates from, it's grown in a place called Mwea, where that is where the tea legations in Kenya take place. And this rice is aromatic, but it is in the category of short grain rice. When you look at the seed, it will tell you, even these Japan's rice which make risotto, when you look at their shape, they are short and they are round. Like one of them is a Boris rice. You see, when you look at that seed, you see that seed is short and round. So there are different kind of rice, or different type of rice, which you can use to make risotto. Then I think even this boiled rice, which is a pre-cooked rice, and then it is pre-cooked and then it is dried. But what it is, I think they steam. The rice is soaked and then it is steamed and is boiled. No, sorry. The rice is soaked, steamed, and then it is dried, then it's packaged. Then there is another, this rice I was telling you, the glutinous rice. which I saw it the first time with the people from Thailand. They were eating like the way they are squeezing it like the way we squeeze fufu. Fufu is ugari, cassava, the one you cook like mashed potatoes. You know, these Africans, maize thing you make, that is in West Africans they call it fufu. That is, and I like calling it fufu because it is very known even in West Nation. When you say it's fufu, oh, that African thing, everybody understand. So I hope that you have understood. Even the white rice, which is a traditional rice, like the way we have in Kenya, we had and we still have a traditional whole grain fufu fra. That means that you take the maize, you take the maize into a millet, milling. Is it called milling or milling? Whatever, but you understand. MILLING. You take it to that milling, and then nothing is removed. The husk, the seed in the middle, they mild the whole thing, and we know that flour, you cannot compare it, because when you look at it, it tends to be yellowish. But the one that we buy, the companies have removed the mineral part, which I think even in rice is called jam, GARM, jam. So this white rice, which I believe it is a traditional Indian rice, it is the whole rice. It is a rice that which you take it as the whole, you take it to be, it is the, you take it to be made, you take it to be made. Is a traditional Indian rice. So there is these Indian rice that is called white. What they do, because you know the hull is the skin of the rice, jam I told you is the inner part, and there is something, the bland is the outer layer of the dehard. I think dehard is which is the outer part of the rice. I don't know, but you can check what does it mean by dehusk. It is DEHUSK. I don't remember the meaning of the dehusked, but that is a traditional rice in India. Then we have this wild rice, where these black rice and I think the brown rice are in that category. It is made from a mashed. It is a plant. It's a mashed grass which grow in shallow water. I think that grass you can only find it in India, in Asia, because I think I have seen that the first time I saw the black rice, I saw it in Thailand. So that dehusked black rice, sorry, that word black rice is a glass which glow in shallow water. I've never seen it in the field. And that's one of the dreams that I would love to travel to Thailand. Especially, I've done research and I see that if I want to see nature, I have to travel to the north part of Thailand, and I have a dream of that I'm going to travel to north of Thailand to learn. And I think even India, I always have a dream, and Japan is already in my list, that there are so much things I want to learn from Asia, because these people, they know too much things. It is unfortunate that African, the more we are becoming modernized, the more we don't have a balance, and we don't have a balance like East Africans, most where I come from. We don't have a balance like the whole Asia and most of the West nations, especially Scandinavian nations. They balance between modern and traditions. There are so many traditions in these West nations. Don't be fooled. I've lived here for a while, and I know there are so many traditions. Even these things that you celebrate, they have their origin. When you read the origin, you understand these holidays are most based. Even the one we tend to think they are Christianity, like the 25th, like in Scandinavians, we celebrate that holiday. Those who do. I'm not part of it, because I'm a saint, and I've read the history and I know the truth. So that one you can do, but I am so disappointed about East Africa that we don't strike the balance between modern and tradition. So we are losing most of our traditions, even the indigenous, even the language. I don't think there are so many people of my age, they can talk their mother tongue, and that is very bad. So it is so sorry that we are losing too much. And let's continue, because that was not our topic today. Our topic today was about rice. That was just by the way. I tried to show you how traditions in most of the countries, even when you go to Austria, it's the same thing. There are so much traditions. They combine the traditions and the modern. That's what I wanted you to get. Even the food in some nations, they are getting the new technologies that are coming, the new way and new method of cooking, and then they combine with their traditional ways, and they come up with very unique and delicious meals. And that is what we should do, I think, East Africa, because I think East Africa we have, I don't think we have the best food. The best food that I have ever eaten, I've eaten in Asia. Asians' food, they are good and they are healthy, and they know how to use what they have in nature, and they are very, very careful about their nature, because these people, most of these nations in in Asia, they were nothing. This is the time they are rising. So they have kind of respect of what have been their source of their income, what they have been getting their food from. They tend to secure it, they tend to hold it, they tend to take care of it. So they take care of the environment, they take care of the, I'm telling you, because one of these days God will help me. I want to go to China, and I want to go to China, Hong Kong, and then I want to go to the village, because I know life in the village, even in most West nations, it is quite different, and that's what's built most of the nations. In the capital city, it can be corrosive, but when you come outside the city, you see another environment. You see farming, you see livestock, you see all kind of things. They are pushed out of the city where the environment is corrosive, and they are taken well care of by villagers and people who live in the village. And that brings us to another category of rice, which is the red rice. This rice is colored red, and it is eaten and polished. That means that, you know, there is a rice polisher machine. I'll put it in the video, which polish the rice. So this rice is not polished to change its taste. So rice is polished to change its taste, appearance. So that is the reason why rice is. And when you look at most of the Asians as a whole, they have very healthy hair, because this rice, especially when it comes to women, is so beneficial, because this rice is rich in zinc. Most of the woman, you know, the beauty of a woman is her head, the hair. It is rich in zinc, and it is rich in calcium, which help in our bones, and it's rich in magnesium, which magnesium, it helps us when it comes to tiredness and some of these things. I told you I'm going to create a video about that one. So that is very good, that we should know that we eat, maybe if we want to eat rice, because even the health department in most of the West nations, when it comes to science and what do you call forskning, research, it tend to advise parents, guardians, not to give rice to a child which is below 6 years. And the reason I told you yesterday is because most of these rice, depending on the quality and its type, they tend to have high arsenic. And this arsenic, I told you, it comes from the ground. It's these volcanical things, and here we call bearing crude. I don't know what it is called in English. So, and that thing is, when you consume it in big amount, it is very dangerous, and it is life-threatening. That's why you see that the Ministry of Health, the research department, they don't advise us to give some of these rice. Maybe in Asia, the small children does not eat some of these lies. Maybe because they have like wild rice, which is just grass grown in shallow water, and maybe they know the secret, because lies as they have been there since memorial. So they know much about lies, but I don't know how much and how the rest of the world have taken their time to just study about lies. So it is very good, and that's why the Ministry of Health advise us always to, if you have to eat lice, you don't have to stick to one type of lice. Eat different type of lice. From the main two, the long grain lice and the short grain lice, they are, when you categorize them, you see there are other different kind of lice. We have the white lice, we have the red lice, we have the brown lice, and we have lice which is called which have very raw starch. If you have problem with starch, it is categorized in something which is called resistance. Otherwise, you take the full grain lice. There is also full grain lice, which is less starchy than everything white. We can see the disadvantage of white maize meal. We can see the disadvantage of we can see there is white maize meal, there is white rice, there is white baking flour. When you look at these whites and their disadvantage, you will understand that this white is shouting about something. Yes, you can consume them if you have to, but consume them in a very little amount. And one way I told you of removing starch from these stuffs is like when you want to eat rice, you choose the jasmine and the basmati, which you can soak them, because by soaking you don't make them brufe, you don't make them is it called nav, like when it does not stick, it does not behave like glutinous rice. It is separate, and you remove a lot of starch from it. Then you can cook this rice with more water. Then when like it boils half of its time, you pour out half of that water. It means that you have done away with half of the starch in that rice. So I hope this video have been helpful to you, and it will help you to understand that eating different kind of rice, everything that is grained, if you can afford, go for the full corns, full grains, go for the brown ones, because they are healthy and they are nutritious. And if you have to eat the white one, make sure that you take your time and dry and remove some of this starch, because too much starch is carbohydrate. And you know, carbohydrate is, when you go to the chemistry, it is stored in the body as glucose and glycogens. And that is what makes some of us have a problem with weight. So you can eat whatever you want as long as you know how to handle this food, because food is very important. If there is something which people ignore, and if there is something which can help you, is to understand food. To take your time and understand food and try. Some of these video, it may look like it does not sound so good like the way other videos could be sounding. But I'm telling you, if you know the secret in food making and food consumption, you will contribute too much concerning your health. Not only outside will look, because even what you eat is what we see the skin. There is no need of eating badly and then you think that you are going to buy makeups and those things of applying to the skin to try to maintain your skin in that form that you want it. Why don't you create your skin and smoothen your skin and make your skin from inside, not from outside? Because these things that we apply to the skin, they are chemically processed, and with the time you prove me right that they will result to much destruction of your skin. Take care of your skin, take care of your body, take care of your bones, take care of your teeth by what you consume. And with that, I stop there. I thanks all that have been following me until when we are cooking, when we are making food, when we are doing all that we are doing, just to try to keep our body fit, healthy, and good looking. And that is all I can say for today. Bye bye for now. See you in the next video.